If there is anybody who advocates for plus size women, it has to be Lizzo. Lizzo is the biggest sex symbol in the BBW community, and rightfully so. And that has gained her a huge Instagram following and the ability to monetize in ways no other plus size woman has in history. But wait, stop the show. It's come with a little bit of backlash, you see, because unlike some of the bigger ladies in the past, such as Jill Scott or Angie Stone or Kelly Price, Lizzo is more sexual in her content. So that has opened the door for a lot of criticism. And of course, Lizzo has even broken down on Instagram when people come for her size and shaming.
I'm putting so much loving energy into the world. And bro, sometimes I feel like the world just don't love me back. It's like it doesn't matter how much positive energy you put into the world, you're still gonna have people who have something mean to say about you.
But that is usually short-lived. Lizzo goes right back to what she always does, which is entertain in booty clapping sounds, twerking on Instagram Live. However, Lizzo is true to the brand. Whenever she is doing performances, she always makes sure to do two things: present women who are also plus size, and they are usually women of color. Give her a round of applause. See, guys, that's what I call equality. For real. But rewind, Nemo. You see, but what Lizzo is accused of today, guys, is being a hypocrite. Let's check out this TikTok clip and we're gonna come back.
3 former dancers have filed a lawsuit against Lizzo, accusing the singer of sexual harassment and creating a hostile work environment. The dancers were allegedly weight shamed and pressured while at a strip club. I have been reading this lawsuit this morning, and if you are a Lizzo fan, it may be hard for you to read. Because if it's true, everything that Lizzo portrays online is not who she is in reality. And it just goes to show why you should never be putting these celebrities on a pedestal. They are human just like me and you, and with being human, chances are you're going to be hypocritical in some ways. As I get more information, I will update you guys, but let this continue to be a lesson. Stop worshiping and putting these celebrities on a pedestal.
I want to give a shout out to the Chris Cadence Show for that clip. Now, why am I talking about this? Because Lizzo's background dancers are saying that she's doing the same thing she accuses other people are doing, which is fat shaming. Now, it's kind of hard to believe that she would do that, even forcing some of the ladies to touch strippers in strip clubs. But guys, we all know that false allegations have come out about many people that we are fond of. Like, remember when there was a plus size chick that said that Umar Johnson and her were in a 9-year relationship?
You messed up, fat girl. And no disrespect to my full-figured sisters. I love you. Ain't nothing like the loving you get from a full-figured woman. No disrespect to my full-figured sisters. I'm just dealing with this one. No disrespect to my Haitian family. I'm just dealing with this thotty, opportunist, pregnant, married woman who thinks she gonna drag my name through the mud. Woman, I'ma tear your ass up. I'ma tear your ass up. You told people we was in a 9-year relationship. We was in a 9-year relationship? We was in a 9-year relationship? How was that? I met you in Fort Pierce, Florida at my 2012 lecture. I met you in Fort Pierce, Florida at my 2012 lecture. I don't see you again. I don't see you again nowhere ever in life until you invited me to speak at Haitian Flag Day in Brooklyn. I don't see you from my 2012 lecture in Florida until you invited me to speak at Haitian Flag Day in Brooklyn. How in the hell were we in a relationship for 9 years and I never saw you? Can somebody help me understand how you can be in a relationship for 9 years? Can somebody help me understand how you can be in a relationship with a woman for 9 years and you never seen her, never kissed her, never touched her, never went on a date, never spent the night with her, never had no cookies and milk? You are delusional.
Or what about Chris Brown, who a lady said that he raped her, but he came out with these receipts.
The police department in Miami Beach has these texts as well. And the lawyer for the woman now has these texts and has essentially fired her client for deceiving her.
Right. Remember, this is the anonymous accuser who also sued Chris for $20 million. But as Harvey just said, her attorney says the client did not give her all of the information, this information that has just now come out, these text messages that started the day after their encounter and continued for several months. In some of the text messages, this is just one of them, where the woman says to Chris, "You were honestly the best blank I've had. LOL, I just want it again."
And missing you. And,
right. And then at the end there, you can tell that Chris is not replying, and she seems rather angry at him or frustrated that he's not replying. And then she says, "You told me to stay, and then you're going to try to play me. That's crazy. I didn't deserve that, but you definitely got it."
You see, guys, it's also true that despite what you think about Lizzo, there could be some ladies out there who are just making accusations. But see, it's not just one person like we see with Chris Brown, at least it's one at a time. In the case of Dr. Umar, it's just one person this time. But Lizzo has not one, not two, but three ladies all saying what? The same thing. Number one, like, Lizzo, how are you having certain ladies catch dildos and eating bananas protruding from other performers' vaginas allegedly?
What?
And hanging out with strip clubs and having them do certain things, talking bad about certain ladies, saying that they are fat, and literally that's what you're trying to fight against, and you're demeaning these ladies allegedly. Not only that, you don't even want to pay people, scolding them for being unacceptable and disrespectful. And what is very interesting is Lizzo, who is a Black Lives Matter activist, is accused of doing this to women of color, most notably Black women. Now, again, I don't know how true these allegations are because, again, this is celebrity where a lot of people make things up just to get the bag. But I will also say that Lizzo should also not be so hypocritical. You see, because the thing is, when I look at those videos in which she's crying on Instagram Live and breaking down on TikTok, you know, the more I look at them, the more I think that this is some way to get attention and it's just fake. You know? Like, do you know how sometimes people who are dark skinned call other people black names? Yeah, you know, people don't want to have you do that to them, but in the community they feel comfortable in, they don't have any issue doing it. If Lizzo is sexually harassing fat women, then that must mean something, that maybe some fat women don't like fat women. So why is it okay if women do that and men speak truthfully about their own preferences? Oops. Yeah. And it makes sense though. Don't mean to get off track, because have you ever heard of Lizzo's boyfriend, Mike Wright? Yeah, he's not fat at all, right? So is Lizzo playing some kind of sick game because the guys that she dates are not fat? Her background dancers are fat or overweight. But is that to be the case just to sell an image out there, but really truthfully she doesn't like them? I mean, I don't know. It's very possible. But guys, I smell a possibility of hypocrisy. I really can't call it. I don't have a lot of information, but a lot of brothers have been sending me this stuff. Let me just say this. She might be accused of doing these things. It doesn't mean that she did it or she didn't do it. It could be somebody disgruntled. Again, we know when you have the bag, people come for you. But I just want to say this, and I want to go back to that Mike Wright point. Lizzo hires in all, BBW cast. She doesn't date fat men. So why is that? Why is she not attracted to heavyweight men. Like if you look at Lizzo and her history of liking guys, Lizzo has a very interesting choice of men that she likes to deal with. All right, let's just be honest. When you look at the Minnesota Timberwolves roster, there is a player there called Karl Anthony Towns. Remember when Lizzo was trying to get with him? Yeah, it didn't work out because, you know, she's not that person's type. But what about Chris Evans, who is in Captain America? Let's put up a picture of Chris Evans next to Karl Anthony Towns. You see, one of the things I noticed about Lizzo's type is she does not like men who are overweight. She likes men who are in shape. So when I look at her dancers and her shaming the ladies possibly for being fat, it's true that she doesn't like fat men at all, because Mike Wright in this guy is everything but being fat. And maybe it's the same grift that we see in the black community, like, you know, like Boyce Watkins, who pretends to love black women, but he uses those black women allegedly for his own personal gain. And at the same time, he's not protecting them at all. That could be the same grift that Lizzo is using in this BBW community. Wouldn't that be very interesting if she was the Boyce Watkins, literally, of the BBW community, just pretty much using them to get their money and staying BBW on purpose, just at the same time to go out there and deal with another person who isn't anything that looks like that. Again, that would be very crazy. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.